The next thing that we'll be learning is about the control flow statement in the Dart programming, and it is really important that we need to understand and learn about the control flow. And this is not only in the Dart programming, it is also really important in any other programming language. So if you don't know how to control the flow of your statement, then we cannot do any kind of logic. We cannot implement our logic, right? So let's say if the value is of 10, then we want to do something. If it is true, then we want to do something. All right. So all of this conditional logic we can apply using our flow control in our application. So it's really important. And if you are just getting started, make sure you try to learn and understand it. So first we'll start with the if condition. So for that, I'll just go and say var, and I'll just say result, and we have a value of 10 over here. Now let's say you have a value of 10, and you want to check whether if the value is of greater than 10, then we want to do some condition, or if it is less than a 10, then we want to do some condition, or if it is equal to 10, then we want to do something. So first of all, I'll just go and check over here like if condition, right? So we have to make sure if, and open the bracket over here. If the result is, let's say, less than of the 11, so let's say if it is of less than 11, then what we want to do over here. So since the result is already less than 11, then this will get executed. So let's say I want to just print out over here, and result is less than of the 11. And the relational operator that we have already learned. So if you go to the operator section over here, and if you go to the relational operator, these are the relational operator that we are using: greater than, less than, greater than, equals to, less than, equals to, equals to, equals to. These are the relational operator that we'll be using in most of our control flow operations. So whenever you are using control flow statement, we will make use of this relational operator because we want to check and find out the condition, right? So just go over here, and if I run my application, you can see the result is less than 11. But let's say if I say that this one is of a 10, and if I just say that for 10, if the result is less than 10, then if I run it, you will see that it doesn't print out anything, right? So it did not enter to this particular code of it did not enter to this statement, right? So it did not went to this line. It just checked over here, and if it checked over here and the condition was false, then it just went down over here, right? So here you can just print out something, and you just say end of, let's say if else, if else statement. Okay, so here we'll just run it, and you just come see end of the line, but it did not enter to this particular line because the condition returned was false. So let's check another one, and let us went to the flow. Let us do the flow over here. So this is just a one flow over here. We'll just make use of another one, else if, right? So else if, then we'll again check the condition, the result, right? So I will assume the result that we have, if it is a greater than of the 5, so else if the result is greater than the 5, then we just go and print out over here the result is greater than 5 over here, right? And just now if you go and run this one, you can see that result is greater than 5. It went enter over here. And now we have learned about the if and if else statement. So this is how flows. So if check this condition, if this is not met, then it will again check for this condition, right? So if it is not met, again it will go down. So let's say if I just say if it is greater than 11, then it will not go to this particular condition too. So let's say if I run this one, you can see that it went to the end of the line already, and didn't enter to this particular block or the line of the code over here. So now it's checking for this condition and this condition, both are the false, and it didn't enter to this particular line. So next we'll again check for the else And we can add is this line, this if is you can continuously add, right? So you can see how many conditions you want to check, but it's always recommended that you do a limited over here, because that will also affect your application performance. Because if you have a very large hundred of conditions that you're checking over here, then obviously that you have to wait for a long time to complete all of this operation, right? So it's you need to understand that one too. So for over here, I'll just check again if the result again greater than the let's say of a 10, then we want to just print out this one, and it should be of greater than 11, right? So it's greater than the 10. And now if I run again, then you'll see that it doesn't enter any of this line. So but if I just say if it's greater than the 9 over here, so if I say greater than the 9, then if I run this one, that should enter. And since this returns as the true, so that's will go and execute this line. So the result is the greater than the 9, so that's why it entered the true condition. And now when it is true condition, it will go to this particular block over here. And finally we have the else statement over here. Here let's say else, right? So finally we have else, and let's say this is of we'll make it as a 10 again, and let's say this is of a 10 again. And here in the else condition, we'll just say that okay, so everything here it didn't return a true, it didn't return a true over here, and it didn't return a true over here. Then at the end, what you want to do, so you can just go and say that something like print over here no, right, no condition match. So here you can just say something about it and say that if all of these fail, if all of these conditions return the false, then we just go and do something over here. So if you run this one, you'll see that no condition match. So this is how we can make use of the control flow using the if else and the if condition. So first we learn about the if, right? So we just check about the single condition, and then using an else if condition, we return a lot of the, we can run on a lot of the control flow operations. So if and if else if then else finally. So make sure you try to go and learn this one. It's really important. We need to understand how we can check the flow condition over here. We can also check any of the relational operator that we have used. You can make use in your control flow using the if condition. So you just can go and try to use all of these, like greater than, less than, greater than, equals to. So all of these condition you can actually make use in your control flow using the if else or the and the if else if and the if else if condition, right? So we have a if and the else if condition, so you can make use over there.